recognition.
I have a motion at the desk,
The
Mr.
clerk will
Speaker.
report the motion.
Ms. Clark of Massachusetts moves to lay the resolution on the table.
The question is on the motion offered by the gentlewoman from Massachusetts. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. No. In the opinion of the chair, the noes have it.
Mr. Speaker, I request a call of the yeas and nays.
Wow. You guys just saw that. That was Congresswoman Katherine Clark, the adult in the room, stepping up to try and stop what can only be described as a complete circus on the House floor. Look, we're seeing a lot of heated rhetoric right now, but what's happening here is a dangerous precedent. We have a group of lawmakers trying to weaponize a tragic event to essentially purge a colleague they just don't like. It's a political hit job, plain and simple. Miss Clark is doing exactly what a leader should do. She's trying to move us away from this theater of the absurd and back to the actual business of governing. We shouldn't be using the floor of the House to settle Twitter grievances or to perform for the cameras. We're going to watch how this plays out. But I want you to pay close attention to the language being used here. It's designed to divide us, not solve anything.
Resolution 713, whereas Charlie Kirk was a lifelong advocate for freedom of speech, civil political discourse, and the political engagement of youth, whereas Charlie Kirk was a man of deep faith, a husband, and a father of 2 young children, whereas on September 10, 2025, Charlie Kirk was assassinated on the campus of Utah Valley University while exercising his First Amendment right to freedom of speech. Whereas on September 11, 2025, one day after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, Representative Ilhan Omar gave an interview on a Zateo town hall with Mahdi Hassan in which she smeared Charlie Kirk and implied he was to blame for his own murder. Whereas on September 12, 2025, 2 days after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, Representative Ilhan Omar reposted a video on X, formerly known as Twitter, which disparaged the character of Charlie Kirk and those mourning his death. Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X states, Charlie Kirk is dead, and before the body got cold, the far right propped his corpse up as a cardinal for their holy war. Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X further states, don't be fooled. These people don't give a single shit about Charlie Kirk. They are just using his death to further their Christo-fascist agenda. Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X further states, Charlie Kirk was a reprehensible human being. He enacted his political agenda by preying on weak-minded people. He took complex socioeconomic issues and simplified them by pointing fingers at outgroups, demonizing those groups, and seeking his massive following on them. Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X further states, Charlie Kirk was a stochastic terrorist, an adamant transphobe. He denied the genocide happening in Palestine. He believed in the subjugation of women. And in his last dying words, he was spewing racist dog whistles. Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X further states, Charlie Kirk was Dr. Frankenstein and his monster shot him through the neck. Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X further blames Charlie Kirk for his own murder. Whereas Clause 1 of Rule 23 of the Rules of the House of Representatives provides a member, delegate, resident commissioner, officer, or employee of the House shall behave at all times in a manner that shall reflect credibly on the House. And whereas Representative Ilhan Omar's actions in the wake of the assassination of Charlie Kirk are reprehensible and affect the dignity and integrity of the proceedings of the House and do not reflect credibly on the House, now therefore be it resolved that 1, Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota be censured. 2, Representative Ilhan Omar forthwith present herself in the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of censure. 3, Representative Ilhan Omar be censured with the public reading of this resolution by the Speaker. And 4, Representative Ilhan Omar be and is hereby removed from the Committee on Education and Workforce and the Committee on the Budget of the House.
We just sat through that whole resolution, and honestly, it's even more lopsided than I expected. Let's break down why Ms. Clark was 100% right to try and table this. First of all, let's look at what this resolution actually is. It's a laundry list of social media posts and mean tweets. Since when did the House of Representatives become the comment section police? They are literally trying to censure a sitting member of Congress and strip her of committee assignments because of a repost on X. Whether you like the content of those posts or not, using the power of the government to punish a representative for their speech is a slippery slope that should scare every American, regardless of your party. Ms. Clark's motion to table wasn't about sweeping things under the rug, like some people want to claim. It was about stopping the House from turning into a kangaroo court. When you start censuring people every time they say something controversial or offensive to the other side, you effectively kill the idea of a representative democracy. You're telling the voters of Minnesota that their choice doesn't matter because the majority in D.C. decided they didn't like her tone. And let's be real about the Charlie Kirk angle here. It's a tragedy anytime someone loses their life. But using a murder to fast-track a political purge of a congresswoman is opportunistic at best and cynical at worst. The resolution acts like she pulled the trigger herself, which is just wild. Miss Clark saw this for what it was, a distraction. We have a border crisis. Inflation is hitting everyone's pockets, and we're worried about foreign conflicts. Yet here we are, spending floor time on a resolution that reads like a partisan press release. By moving to table this, Miss Clark was trying to protect the dignity of the institution. She's saying, hey, let's stop a performative outrage and get back to work. The fact that the vote was so close tells you everything. There are still people in that building who understand that you don't use the House rules to bully your political opponents. Miss Clark stood her ground, and frankly, we need more of that backbone in Washington. She's looking out for the long-term health of our republic, while the other side is just looking for their next viral clip on cable news. I'm standing with protagonists here. Miss Clark made the right call to shut down the circus.